Hey Stitchers! Today's March 1st, and this is my third time to try this video, so whatever happens, it's going up this time. If you hear the dog barking, I'm really sorry. Hopefully she'll be quiet. So, I'm going to start out with, I have an FFO this month, and I'll show that first. This is March. Snowflower Diaries cube. This is fabric from my stash. It's just a random piece of light blue opalescent. Butterflies on the back. Ribbon. There's a little butterfly on the top. I really love these patterns. I'm having a good time getting to actually use some of this stuff that I seem to accumulate. So that was my FFO this month, and I'm on a roll, people. Hopefully I'll be able to get all 12 of them done and not get backed up with it. So I've finally found some love, ta-da, for Mirabilia's Gypsy Mermaid. Her hair is pretty much done except for the beading. Her skin is done and backstitched. Next time I'll definitely do the over one on the skin. So she's getting there. I've put some good time in on her this month, and hopefully I'll keep it up. I'm finally enjoying stitching on her some, and it hasn't been so much of a pain. So I don't think that I'll finish it this year, but that's okay. I just didn't want her to be a UFO. I also worked on, his name is Jesus. I did this part this month. These are all done in just random threads from my stash. That's how far I've gotten. And I need to have this finished and framed before Mother's Day, so that I will keep on with that, and I will not start anything new, I hope, until that's done, or at least, yeah, until that's done. I did start something else new this month, but I couldn't help myself. I had a severe weather day one day this month, and their school was out, so I was off. So I started my Reflex de Soie, G Leger. I love this pattern. I mean, what's not to love? Eiffel Tower, Big Red Barn. Look at the font on that alphabet. Beautiful. I have several of these patterns. If you're on the fence about, I don't worry that it's in another language. It's not hard. That's what I've done so far. I just worked on it in one day. So this uses DMC or Gentle Arts. I bought the Gentle Arts for it. Well, I had a lot of them already. I love it because I've been working on some other things this month that I have to concentrate more on and think about more, and that's super easy. Just sit down and stitch. Speaking of things that I have to concentrate more on that have been giving me trouble, shadowing. This is Hydrangea Autumn Fog. I should have pulled a picture up for you to see. Sorry. I'm not loving the black work. I don't love black work. I learned something new. Well, I already knew it because I had started Save the Stitches last year, and I didn't get very far. It gives me a headache. And this thread, oh my goodness, I picked this out, I don't know how many times. I've wasted so much thread. This is a Gloriana Princess Petite Pearl or something, Princess Pearl Petite, I don't know. It's a beautiful thread, but it's a big old pain to work with. It helps if you dampen it, but I don't know. I'm not super happy with it, but it's going to stay like it is. And I'm looking forward to the next part of this that's not that thread. So hopefully next month I'll have some better progress to show you, because I literally spent a week messing around with that. Oh, hey Gemma. Gemma say. No, no, look at the camera. They're over there. Say hello to everybody. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. I have a question for all of you having an Earth Design Stitchers. Here, I'll show you the picture first. I do have a picture of this. So I'm pretty sure most of you have seen this already. This is a stitch in time, and I started it, my very first full coverage project, and I started something giant. And I started with tent stitch, and I wasn't happy with it. I didn't think the coverage was very good. So I said, oh well, I'll just do full crosses. And it's really giving me fits. I'm not going to get through this whole pattern with full crosses. This is 25 count magic guide, and it's too hard to pull my needle through. So my question to you is, can I go on from here with the tent stitch, or should I pick that out? I really don't want to pick that out. I mean, in the whole scheme of things, this is one tiny block in a giant pattern, and I really don't want to pick it out. But if you think, for those of you that have done these patterns a lot more than I have, obviously, if you think it needs to be picked out, I will. Not super happy with the magic guide. It's fine. The fabric is fine. I don't like the 20 by 20. Why aren't they 10 by 10? It's just a pain. I should have just gridded something myself. But I had this fabric. I bought it to try out on something, and it's a giant piece, so I will persevere and I will use it. But the reason that's going up for a while, and the reason why is because after I started that, I had this pattern, but I didn't have it kitted up, and I should have thought about. I love this pattern. It's not as big. This is Nellie's Barn. The artist is Warren Kimball, and it's a Scarlet Quince pattern, and it's not so confetti heavy, and a little bit easier, especially for my first full coverage project. So I'm going to work on that, and this was literally about 45 minutes worth of work. So the fabric, I am doing full crosses on this, but this fabric is something that I had in my stash, and it's a piece of 22 count Hardanger, and I'm not having any trouble even right here where it was so heavy. I'm not having any trouble with doing the full crosses. And I used the Frixian pin, and it's working fine for me for this. So I'm going to continue on with this and put the Heaven and Earth design up for a little while till I get a few other things finished, and maybe in the summertime get that one back out. So that's all the stitching I've done this month, which for me was a pretty good month, considering I really don't get to stitch on the weekends. It's hard to find time to stitch too much on the weekends. So now stash. I only actually purchased 2 things this month, but I have a little bit more than that to show you. See that chest of drawers behind me? That's an antique chest of drawers that my husband bought me, and all my fabric lives there now, and it's full. But I love it. Very pretty, and I was super excited to get that. Here are the 2 things that I bought. I bought the Prairie Schooler Prairie Birds. This is an out of print pattern that I've been stalking eBay for, and finally found it for a price I was willing to pay. So I got that, and I bought this book. I have she has a couple other books out, and I have them. So this is What Delilah Did, Secret Garden. Some of it is surface embroidery, some of it is cross stitch. She has the pattern for this cute bee needle pincushion. I'm going to get it out in a minute. But there was one thing I wanted to show you in here. I guess I should have had in this book, she stitches a lot on felt. Like here's lilac it's like a eyeglass holder, and she uses waste canvas and stitches on felt, and it looks really cute. She has, this is the main reason I bought this book, was for this bunting, the alphabet. I mean, there are so many things you could do with that, and I have some plans for that. So there are some really cute things in here, and all of her stuff is pretty simple, not too involved, excellent instructions on how to do all the finishing. I highly recommend it. So the other two things that this was it's a kit from a 6-month club that was offered through the Silver Needle. This month's designer is Shepherd's Bush, and this is Heart of My Heart. They show it framed, but it's kitted up to be a pincushion with the ribbon edging. And here is we've been getting something a little extra every month, and this is a hand-painted wooden ruler. So it's really cute. I think this is month number 4, and there are 6 months. I think this is month. Jess gets them too. So Jess, I haven't seen you lately. Where are your videos? She should know too. And I got my primitive, my punch needle and primitive stitcher magazine. This is the winter edition. They're running a little late, but there are still some really cute things in here. Something. I love this because they have a little bit of everything. I mean, I don't rug hook, but there's usually a rug hook pattern. I have the stuff to try punch needle, and it's one of those things I haven't ever gotten around to, but I have one project kitted up. I'm going to have to do that soon. So that was it for my haul. Not much, but the Nashville Needlework Market is this weekend, and I've been stalking Facebook and looking at the previews from some of the designers, and there's a ton of stuff that I love, so we'll see. I have to save my pennies. I did tell you that if I read a book that was, if I finished something one month, I'd talk about it, so I'm just going to put a few minutes in on this. I finished this book this month, When Breath Becomes Air. I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it was really good. It's an autobiography, and he was diagnosed with lung cancer, and I have someone in my family now that close to me that's been diagnosed, and it was a really good read. I'm gonna pass it along, and I'm really happy that I read it. Even when you're diagnosed like that, and you know that you're not going to make it, you still live, you still have a life to live even when you are terminally ill. So I really liked it. It was a good book, and I'm reading something now that's a mystery, and so far it's good. So maybe I'll have another book next month. I've missed reading, and I've missed actually turning pages. I couldn't tell you the last time I actually held a book, because I read most everything on a tablet. So that's really it, I think, for this month. Yeah. I hope I didn't forget anything. But anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful March, and I will see you back at the end of the month. Bye, everybody.